Greetings and welcome to Business Chronicles. My name is Solomon Tumwesigye and I'm your host at Business Chronicles, which is hosted at Studio 84. Studio 84 is a podcast studio here along Lithuli Avenue in Bugolobi, Kampala, and it's a space set up to facilitate individuals and organizations tell their stories and along the way position themselves as authorities at what they do, because we believe that everyone has a story to tell and is an authority at something. How it works is you hit us up on the contact below and we engage and see where you're at on your podcasting journey. We can walk with you from any point along the journey, from developing the concept to the production, even the posting and maintaining your social handles or whatever platforms where you like to host your podcast. Please subscribe and hit the bell to be the first to know when the next episode comes out. Also, the bigger the subscribed family, the better we get at what we do somehow. And I promise I will try to make this as interesting. Feel free to leave a comment, inbox us, let us know how we can get better at what we do. Let's dive into it. Today, I am honored to host a lady I have just met. It's not often that I host someone that I have just met, but this is one of those. We already feel like we know each other from way back. She has stories. I can confirm she has stories. And you know how they say it's a small world? It's a real small world because she's more like family already. True story, real family. But I'm not going to spoil it. I'm going to ask you, Doctor, please introduce yourself to our viewers and listeners the best way you like to be known.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. My name is Dr. Catherine Kanyesije Muhumuza. I'm a Ugandan first.
Yes, Doctor. Very, very important.
Yes, yeah. I'm a neonatologist. I live in the US, but most of all, I'm a co-founder of Addy Memorial Hospital, which is located on Bahai Road along in Kanyanya, just a few miles off Gayazabad.
Doctor, I dare say it's actually a few meters. It's not even a kilometer from Gayas.
Yeah.
Doctor, did you say neonatologist?
Neonatologist.
Neonatologist.
Yes.
What is that in English?
Layman's language.
Yes.
That's a pediatrician who is specialized in taking care of sick infants and also those who need specialized care right from birth. We can diagnose, treat, and also take care of the needs of such individuals, such as premature babies, such as infants who need technology for their sustenance until they are good.
Okay, Doctor, from your intro alone, I am spoiled for choice on where to start. Whether to start from how you ended up in, that theology. Or whether, I think let me go down this road. So is Addy Memorial Hospital, does it only deal with that specialty?
Oh no, Addy Memorial Hospital is a full-fledged hospital.
Yes.
And it's fully registered in Uganda.
Yes.
We do take care of everything. We do have outpatient portion. We have a inpatient section, and in the outpatient section, that's where you come in, you get checked out. If you have something that can be treated, diagnosed and treated, and give medicine and go home, that's it. Then if you are sick and need to be observed further and taken care of further, then you are admitted. So in the inpatient section, we do have other departments. We do have an ICU for adults. We do have an ICU for babies. That's the part that is close to my heart because that's where I do take care of the newborns with different problems.
And
We also have obstetric and gynecology.
Yeah.
So we have mothers who come to deliver from there. We do prenatal care or antenatal care, as it is called here.
yeah.
We deliver normally by C-section,
Mm.
so everything is done there. We do also have a pediatric section where we do take care of children 0 to 18 years of age.
Yeah.
We also have a dental section, so
Yes.
our dentists take care of most of the common ailments with the teeth. We have diagnostic facilities,
Yes.
such as an X-ray,
Yeah.
ultrasound,
The whole lab stuff.
yes, endoscopy, endoscopy, colonoscopy, and we have a lab on site where they can draw your blood and do various testing. We have a pharmacy on site. We do have 2 working theaters.
Yes.
Where we have our special, any surgery can be done from. And also our newest unit is the dialysis unit, about 5 beds, 5 units. So it's brand new. We just opened that one about 2 months ago.
Wow.
So it's, if you know anybody who needs it,
Yes.
it's right there.
Okay.
We do also have subspecialties who come and see their patients from there. We have orthopedics, good surgeons. They do take care of your bones. We do have ENT specialist, or the ear, nose, throat specialist. Yep. And also ophthalmologist. That's an eye specialist. Yeah, and plastic surgery. We do plastic surgery too. So
it's a
full-fledged
full-fledged
hospital. Yes.
How long has Addy Memorial been there?
We've been around for quite a while, but quietly.
Yes.
We opened officially in June of 2019.
Yes.
But unfortunately, COVID hit right immediately after.
We are right in time for COVID.
Yes, so we kind of remained dormant for the next 2 years. And we really started kind of putting our head up at 2022 again.
Wow.
So we are working our way up, trying to make everybody know that we are around and we do a good job.
That same location is where you started from?
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
So, doctor, why, let me look it up, why neonatology among all specialties?
Okay. This takes me back way into my medical school.
Yes.
My medical school days.
Yes.
So during that time, we had rotations where we would go to the delivery room. We had to deliver so many number of, babies, of course, with assistance from supervisors. Before you could be signed off.
Yes.
From that rotation. So during that rotation, I noticed that, a lot of times we would be there waiting for a mother to deliver. And then out of nowhere, she delivers a baby who is on the way dying or already dead.
Yes.
And it was very frustrating to me to see that this woman has been here laboring, going through all sorts of things for a long time, and the result is not good.
Yes.
So while I was in the US doing my pediatric residency, I was a little bit more curious as to finding out why our babies here used to succumb without any proper explanation to my understanding.
Yes.
Yeah, so as a pediatric resident, you also attend deliveries. You see, you take care of babies, you do first aid to those babies who need some help. So during that time, I realized there were so many things that could have been done better, but Of course, we didn't have the support here in Uganda at the time. And that made me more curious. I wanted to know more about those infants. And then before I knew it, I found myself doing 3 more years of neonatology.
Yeah.
Understand the physics and physiology and everything of a newborn.
Yes.
Yeah, so that's how I ended up there.
In neonatology.
Yes.
Okay, doctor. Now we are going to take it back. You are one of the few guests who sit in that chair and actually doing practicing what they really studied in school. So we are going to talk about it quite a bit. What's your background like? You said you did your medical school. Where was your first medical school?
Here in Mulago.
Yes.
In Makerere University.
Makerere University.
Yes. At that time, it was the only medical school in the whole entire Uganda.
We have many medical schools now. That's why I even ask. That's why I dare ask.
Yes.
How has that journey been like? When you were a child, were you ever medicine? Was it a thing that you always want to be from the time you're a child, that I want to be a doctor when I grow up?
It's a yes.
Or were you that brilliant in class that you ended up taking the hard sciences and just ended up?
It's a little bit of both.
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
Growing there.
Both my parents were teachers.
Yes.
They were very supportive. But my mom always, and I always helped her. She used to teach low grade classes.
Yeah.
So every time I finished my classes, I would run to her class. You know, she was in mostly P1, P2, P3. So I would come to her class, help her clean up, help her put up posters for the kids.
Yeah.
I really loved what she was doing. But much as I loved it, she kept saying, yes, I see you love what I'm doing. You love teaching, you love children, but dare not be a teacher.
Yeah. Yes.
So she directed me in a different path. So much as I liked being in the classroom,
Yes.
I knew I was not going to be a teacher.
Mm.
And on the side, there was also a very favorite aunt of mine, who at the time was she was at Makerere University, and then like in my, I think I must have been like around P7 when I heard that she was going to be a doctor, to do her actually she was going to do her doctorate, but for me I thought she was going to be a doctor.
Yes.
And I always wanted to be like that aunt of mine.
Yes.
So I was like, oh, so she's going to be a doctor. So since I can't be a teacher, I can be a doctor. I want to be like her. I really wanted to be like her. Whichever school she went to, I wanted to go to.
Go to that.
Yes, and yeah, luckily I was able to achieve most of that. But I was deceived that she was a real doctor, but she was actually going for her doctorate. So
do you remember what field it was?
She was in food and science technology.
Also, yes.
Which was good, yeah. So I ended up being
a medical
doctor by accident, but at the same time, it's something I've never regretted.
Yeah.
Yes.
Are you also telling your children you dare not be a doctor, or are you really enjoying it? You're encouraging them?
No, I encourage them to be whatever they think they can do. They want to do. I encourage them to do whatever they think they are good at. Because I realize when I become a mom, not every child is the same. You know, they are different. One is more interested in one thing, and one is interested in another thing. So they cannot all be groomed into one area. So I directed them in the areas they were strong in and they liked to do, because I had also seen people who were pushed to do things they don't like.
Yes.
And they're miserable. So with that, little bit of experience, I tried to push them in the areas they were comfortable with. At the same time, areas they can sustain themselves.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, doctor, I'm still going personal me because I like to understand people's journeys.
Yeah.
How did you end up in the US? You mentioned you went to the US to do your postgraduate studies and got stuck there in research after research. I have a friend, doctor friend, he studied in, somewhere in Upper Europe. And when he came back, he was thrown deep in the village in a health center 3. I don't know if that means anything to you. In a health center 3, and he was dumped there, and that was his more or less first practice. And the culture shock from the experience he had just had at medical school in Europe to now in a village setup, he has quite a number of horror stories. You, on the other hand, I can see it's a bit of an opposite. So how was it when you moved to the US, to research there, practiced there? What are some of the things that, first of all, how did you end up there? And what are some of those things that shocked you?
No, quite.
And you got stuck there, I must add.
Yeah, to some extent. Yeah. There were many things I wish I had. I have a way of, getting them as many as I can.
Yeah.
But the ones that come quickly, first of all, I got married when I was in med school.
Yeah.
And I had my first child when I was in my 4th year medical school. So by beginning of my 5th year, my husband went for his higher graduate studies in the US. So after I finished medical school,
Yes.
the plan was to go visit and come back home with him.
Yes.
But unfortunately, the day we arrived, we found he had been given a year of externship.
Wow.
And we were not ready to separate again. So we decided that we all stay and we come at the end of his externship year.
Yes.
But in the meantime, I started studying for the US licensing exams.
Yes.
And at the time we were ready, he was winding up with his externship.
Yeah.
I had finished all the step exams, licensing exams. And now the question was, should we go back to Uganda or should we try? I mean, if we were going back, why did I have to put a lot of energy in these exams? They are not simple exams.
No.
A lot of studying, a lot of paying, a lot of everything. So the plan was that, okay, we said, okay, let me apply. And if I go through, we stay. If I don't get any residency program, we go home.
And being the excellent person that you were.
The first interview I got in.
Wow.
Yes. So
The rest is history, like they say.
yes.
So you get in your practice.
So yes, I went in.
Do you remember your first day of practice in the US?
Oh my goodness.
This girl from Kawohi, you said?
Yes. It was interesting, if I may say that.
Put it politely.
Yes. The first thing, the medications, they had completely different name. Here I'm used to Tylenol, and I know paracetamol. I get they're telling me Tylenol. Like, we need to give Tylenol. Like, what is Tylenol in this world? And then the diseases that they have, completely different. I think in my entire medical school, I saw one patient of asthma.
No way.
Yes, like maybe one or two. That's that rare kind of thing. So I started my program in July, and of course by September, October, the weather gets changes, and most asthmatics, if they haven't been taking good of themselves, they start having issues.
Yeah.
So I'm in the unit and I'm getting these kids with asthma, they're wheezing, they're, short of breath. I'm like, how is this supposed to be? What am I supposed to?
You come from malaria and
Yes,
all sorts of.
yes. So it's teamwork. So I had to ask one of my seniors, like, I'm frank with you, I've never taken care of an asthmatic child.
Yes.
How do I manage this? So they gave me the steps and eventually I got it. But it was not, it was very scary. You're here, you're in the middle of where you have a completely different set of diseases and you're supposed to take care of them. But by and by, you get to learn.
Yeah.
It's a good thing. The collegiality is real. You work as a team and they know you are all there to study. You're coming from different parts of the world with different issues. So they're accommodating and they teach.
Yeah.
By the end of my first rotation in that unit, I was good. I was a little bit better. And also, the other, yes, about interesting things.
Yes.
One day, one weekend, I was off. I go back on Monday. I found a kid in isolation. This family had traveled from somewhere in West Africa. I think it was Liberia.
Yes.
The kid had malaria, but they had the parents and the kid, everybody in isolation. They had to gown up and, mask up. I'm like, what the heck are you doing? This is malaria. At least I know what to do. Yeah.
Hold on, doctor.
Yes.
So, is it the symptoms of malaria that scared everyone to put them in isolation?
No, they're not familiar with the disease.
Yes.
So they didn't know whether it is contagious. You can catch it through air.
So what I was asking is what symptoms scared them to put someone in isolation? The high temperature?
The high temperature
Yeah.
coming from Africa. And I think the parents told them that he could be having malaria.
Yeah.
So that just
scared everyone.
So they
So you arrived.
Yeah, they collected all the samples, sent to the CDC. So on Monday we get there. I also had a colleague who was also Nigerian. So we were just cracking up. So we finally we have a disease.
You walk in, no mask, nothing. You're like, just give these ones to.
Yeah, just get the things off. So by the time the CDC results came back, I mean, we had already directed the care and the people were fine. The kid was almost on his way out. Yeah.
Wow, interesting. Doctor, when you traveled to the US to visit your husband, had you traveled out of the country before?
Never.
So now let's talk about the social aspect of things.
Okay.
How was it? We're not going to talk about the culture shock of the first plane ride. I don't know how many hours they are now. They are over 21. They're about, if you have a short layover. How was it settling in the US then? The social aspect of things.
I must tell you, if I knew how to get back to the airport,
You would.
I would have been back the very first week I was there.
Why?
My husband was at University of Illinois in Chicago.
Yes.
And they had a fellowship, a Christian fellowship, mostly the African American students.
Yes.
And I thought I didn't know English because they spoke a language I could not understand. I kept checking myself. Am I hearing right? Is what I've always known as English correct? What is going on here?
But doctor, had you not watched any movies?
In the 8th. I was a bookworm, as my kids say. It was my books.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Your books were your life.
Yes.
So you get in this land of English, but they speak a strange language.
Pidgin English of some sort. So I'm like, what the heck is this? I was really confused. until my husband told me, yeah, they have a version of English. So yeah, I had to listen so closely, yeah, before I could really understand. Yeah, and then I think when the British left for US, they were determined to do the opposite of their original place.
Yeah.
I go to turn on the switch. I see it's in the off
Position.
Yeah, like how am I? It's not coming. The lighting. It's the opposite. Everything is
So it's
opposite. Yeah.
Thank you for raising that. I had to cut you short.
Mm.
But it's like they were out to prove a point. The driving is on the wrong side of the road.
Exactly.
The wheel is on the wrong side of the
Exactly.
car. The switches, the sockets.
Yes. But by and by, I go there.
Eventually,
Yes.
you settle in.
I do.
How was the food?
The food was also
Another thing
another
altogether.
problem. Yes.
Yeah.
There was not much to eat other than the chickens and the rice. I'm like so tired of that.
Yeah.
But luckily, the week I got there, it was close to the Uganda Independence Day.
Yeah.
So they normally gathered for the Ugandans in the community. They gathered and there was a celebration for the independence. So we ate real food. They sourced. Find some way of getting things that are close to
Yes.
our food here. So we're able to get contacts of where to get certain foods, and they were welcoming to us. So once in a while, some Ugandan would drop you matoke or drop you some. Of course, matoke is not the real matoke here.
Yeah.
It's the green gonja. The one we
Gonja.
Gonja, yeah.
Yes.
When it's not ripe,
Yes.
it makes good katogo.
Yes.
So yeah.
Yes.
So we learned to substitute some things, and it made sense at least. Yeah. And
Do you think people these days, almost 40 years later, have it easier when they move countries? Let's say the people who migrate to the US lately, when you look at the things going on now and how it was then.
I think it's a little bit more easier.
Yeah.
First of all, the community is larger.
Yeah.
Because I remember when we were there, we had just a handful of Ugandans in the city where we were. But now there are many. There are many. And also communication has improved. I won't say this, but I'll say it. We didn't have cell phones.
Yes.
The first cell phone that came up, it was, for public consumption, it was, I think, like in 90. I remember my first cell phone was like a brick. Yeah. It was about 98. That's when we
Yes.
started getting, cell phones. So at least when you are not in the home, you can communicate with somebody. So with that ease in communication, so you find that there's more communication, between members in the community. Because some people have different shifts, work different shifts, so you can't wait to gather up at some point. So time, yeah. And also the numbers have increased, the communication has improved, and also we have more resources.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's a lot better. To me, looks a lot better.
When you look back, your kids, and you tell them these stories, how are they like?
The oldest kind of understands.
Yeah.
Because we moved when he was about a year, so he grew seeing some things, yes. But the youngest, she's like, how did you guys used to live without this, without that, without... It's like tales from old books
Yeah.
to her. Yeah.
So, doctor, now I'm going to fast track you and bring you back home here. You moved to the US. I assume you moved straight to Chicago, where the husband was. Eventually, now you are in more of the East. But what then drives you? Because I know that most people, when they move to the US or in the first world, settle in, get good practice, get a good job and all that, that's their life. They have their children there. That life moves there. What drives you to come and set up a facility here?
There's so many things, but I think the most, the one that really drove me or keeps driving me and pushing me to do this.
Yes.
I saw how we practiced as a medical student.
Yeah.
I saw how things are done on the other end.
Yeah.
And I love my people.
Yeah.
I love my home. So just like you would go someplace to visit, admire
nice things,
this nice stuff. If they are movable, you'd like to bring some home. So that's my drive. I wanted to.
The short version.
Yes, I wanted to bring something home, something back home. Like when they say, yeah, basically I just wanted to bring something home.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
make a change, make a difference to my people. Because yes, I've every year I see at least 800 to 1,000 families, and none of them is Ugandan.
wow.
I was raised in Uganda.
Yeah.
I've lived, my relatives, my friends, they're all in Uganda.
You were formed in
Uganda. And
yet
I come here every year. I do come. I see my people and I see the suffering. And yeah, I never wavered from my first, the first time when the seed got into my head, when I saw, yeah, these things can be done. It's not, meaningful change. It doesn't really require big stuff.
Yes.
It's small things that actually make
lead to something.
Some improvement. So that's how that has been my desire.
Your drive to, yeah. Doctor, and one thing comes to mind at that point, just like the challenges you saw here at your practice at Makerere, Mulago, drove you to study. I'm going to give it another shot now. Neonatology.
Yes.
Exactly. You didn't just stop at going for the specialty. You decided to also extend it back home to try and solve some of the challenges you live here, that you left here. Which now takes me to a delicate part of the conversation, which is the excellence that dwells in you, the excellence that you practice every day with the excellent facilities that you have. You want to try and move that excellence and bring it back here. I have been working for long enough to know that there is a decent level of mediocrity in not only in the facilities, in the systems, in the human resource, in everything. How are you reconciling the two? You come from a place of excellence. You come here, you find people and systems and things that are, I dare say, broken. How has it been for you since 2019 to reconcile the two worlds? I see you come a couple of times a year.
Yes. It's been a challenge. But
there is no need to be polite. I see you're choosing your words carefully, but go on.
Yeah. But I've been learning.
You've been a good student.
Slowly, but, patiently.
Yeah.
And I'm still learning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the short answer.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. The more direct question, what are you doing differently at Addy Memorial to get your patients experience a different experience from if they go to any other hospital?
First of all, we are big on customer care or client care, and we don't have any prejudice.
Yes.
So everyone who comes in is treated the same. It's not one person is taken care of differently
Yeah.
than the other.
Mm.
And pretty much everybody receives the care
Yeah.
they need.
Yes.
Yeah, I know there are some what can I call them? Okay, that's how one way we've been doing it.
Yeah.
And then of course the other way is training the
staff.
people
Yes.
we're
The
working
people.
with. Yes, yes. We give them exactly what we want, how we want it done, and we are not shy at letting go those who cannot.
Very important.
Yeah.
Yes. Measure up to the standard.
Yes,
Yeah.
because we've had some say, "Oh, we do it this way at the other place where I go." Yeah, that's okay there, but when you are in the confines of Addy Memorial Hospital,
Their standards.
we do it this way.
Yeah.
This is the standard care that we expect.
Very
from
good.
everybody.
Very good, Doctor. Doctor, it's been a good conversation, but I like to give all my guests an opportunity to. I know when you are coming, you had a version of this conversation in your head. Is there anything you have in that version that you had in your head that we probably have not touched that you feel you must share?
There is another piece of you asked me what drives me.
Yes.
This, yeah. The other part I would like to add on is that I've been in the US long enough to see many people from different countries come for care,
Yes.
and I've noticed that when you go for treatment in a place that is not home, much as they have everything, it's very isolating to the patients. And sometimes it's confusing. We are lucky as Ugandans, we speak English. You can go and speak English and communicate your issues. But I've met people who don't speak the language. So you can imagine you come from a different country for care, you don't speak the language, you have nobody around you who, can keep you company,
Yes.
get with you. It's needless to say, it's very expensive. And sometimes I've seen those who like at the end of end of their life, they die alone. So with that kind of thought, I was like, you know what? If we have a center of excellence in our homeland, there should be no need for anybody to go out and be miserable.
I get it.
Spend unnecessarily expensively to the care, and sometimes die alone. Yeah, so that was the other thing that
Drove you to set up
that's
at the Memorial Hospital.
exactly.
I have to ask this on behalf of some listeners. Why Addy Memorial? Why the name?
The name.
Who is Addy? Is it your middle name? I had a guest here, my last second guest. His business is named after his name initials. And he said that once his business is named after him, he will do whatever it takes for it to deliver a good service. He can't see a business named after him deliver a bad service. Hence, my deciding that Addy must be middle name or something.
Okay, I'm glad you asked. Addy is not my middle name.
Yes.
Addy is an individual,
Yes.
special woman in my life who directed my steps right from birth to, career choices
Yeah.
and everything else, everything in between. She was a champion for girl child education, and I saw her took care of many, many women and young girls under her wing and get them to some decent life. And most of all, she was my mother.
Wow.
So,
The teacher.
yes,
Wow.
that's why.
Doctor, now forget the whole doctor business, parent to parent. Do you still look back and like with clarity and take in like some of those lessons your parents imparted on you when you are much younger, but are sinking in now or sunk in much, much later when they were long gone? The joke with fellow parents is, how are we becoming our parents? You look back at the things they used to do and say, and you're doing and saying the same things that they used to say and would irritate you. Now you're the one saying them. How is that for you? You brought your mother up.
Yes, there are some things that initially when you're young and you think you're clever,
Yeah.
they tell you, no, don't do this, do the other, do it that way. You think, these people are being, overbearing and that kind of thing. But now as a parent, I see that what they were telling us helped us prevented us from going into some wayward kind of
Way of life.
exactly.
Yeah.
And also they taught us to choose the right friends,
Yeah.
which I found to be important because you become what your friends are doing or what they are. So by encouraging us to get good friends, you end up, in a good place. Because if your friend is busy studying,
Yeah.
how are you going to go to play, outside and
Yes.
do ridiculous stuff? So, yeah, so that was also some other good point, which, as you said, when I apply them with my children now, yeah, different time, different time, yes.
Yeah.
They look at me like,
And you're tempted to say, one day you look back to this conversation.
I've said it. I'm guilty. I'm guilty of that. Yes, yes.
If my kids knew
Mm-hmm.
that when I say that, I am washing my hands of the matter and saying, you know what? I'm not here to argue with you, but life will teach you, or one day you will learn it yourself.
Exactly.
You mentioned something in that, this thing was supposed to end, but now me are passionate about parenting.
Yeah.
Listen, you say choose the right friends. Do you know how ironic that sounds or how hard it is? Because when you're in the position of having the not right friends around you, you can't tell.
Yes.
It's a real dilemma.
It is very difficult. So the only way I could tell, I encouraged them to bring their friends home.
Ha, did you just play that card? My wife told me that her parents, long time ago, told her that if you can't introduce your friends to me,
Mm-hmm.
that's the first test to know that they are not the right friends. That's the first red flag.
Yes, yes. Yeah, so yeah, I tried. It's a different culture there.
Yes.
People sometimes don't like visiting other people.
Yeah.
But whenever my children would say, hey, I want to go and hang out with so-and-so, it's like, you know what? I need to know who that so-and-so is.
Yeah.
Can he come here or she come here and I see them. Who are the parents? So it will be like a whole rundown interview. Whenever I see, a lot of times, yeah, they're like, "Oh, I know you're going to ask about the parents. I know you're going to ask about blah blah blah." So
I know how they preempt the question.
Yes, yeah. And then also these sleepovers and whatnot.
Yeah.
Like you cannot sleep in a place and I don't know the people.
No.
No. Yeah. So they did not like it, but eventually they got to understand some of the things as, we started seeing some cases in the media, how certain things happened, how certain children were killed or molested while so some lessons have turned out to be good lessons. They got to see exactly why we were worried about that.
Yeah.
And of course, the question is, oh no, everybody's not going to end up like that. I'm like, I don't know. I don't have everybody. I have only you. So if that everybody is you, I am 100% losing you. So yeah, so that's how we managed.
I like, doctor. I'm going to turn this temperature a little bit higher because, okay, for the kids, we have a fix. We have a bit of a formula of sorts, at least a basic formula. But how about the older people? Because older people also suffer from bad company.
Yes.
And when you're in bad company, I insist, you don't know that you're in bad company.
That's very true.
Do you have a hack for that? For someone watching this episode and is probably almost a parent or is even a parent, but
I think the thing that has worked for us is keeping them close.
Yeah.
Keep talking, keep talking, keep talking.
Yeah.
Even when they went away to schools, we're on the same family plan up to now. Give them a call. So there's no excuse like, oh, my phone was off. I didn't have them, the money or anything.
Yeah.
No, we are all on a full family paid plan. So all phones should be on. So when I call, I expect somebody to answer within right away or 5 minutes. Because if I don't hear from somebody and I call the second time and the third time, then now I have to trigger the whole line.
Yes.
The whole family. Has anybody heard from this person?
Yeah.
Has anybody heard?
Yes.
Because we are not, sometimes, yes, they were in different states for school.
Yes.
Or for, different activities. So I needed to know, or we needed to know where everybody is.
At first, it might come off like you're being overbearing, but eventually they get used to the system of how this is working. They know I have to check in.
Yes.
Wow. Thank you, doctor. Thank you very much for your time.
You're welcome.
I hope you enjoyed the conversation as much as I did.
I did.
I did. Our viewers and listeners, Dr. Kathy?
Catherine.
Yes, Dr. Catherine from Addy Memorial Hospital. If you live in Chebando, Bahai area, Gayaza Road, Kanyanya, that area around, what's that school? Yes, if you live around that area, Addy Memorial is right in your neighborhood, full facility from theaters to all facilities right there. You have to check it out. Thank you so much, Dr. Kathy.
Thank you for having me.
You're very welcome. I hope you learned a thing or two. Until the next episode of Business Chronicles, I'll see you then.